Welcome back, here at Lawn Master at Lawn Master's Paradise, still at my neighbor's lawn. We are going to be reviewing the weed puller. I've used this a bunch. Actually, this is the same weed puller that I did for my neighbor's area, like I was talking about earlier. And I'll show you a little demonstration on how to use one of these. I don't think anybody's used one of these in a minute. They actually sell them on online for a good price. I think they're 30-something bucks, maybe. I'll look online. But how you use it is you're going to take your foot and you're going to step down on it. And this is crabgrass, by the way. This is not Bermuda, so don't freak out, people. And it's going to come down and you're going to hit the bottom of the plate here, of the plate, and you're going to pull it. And crap. That was a failure. As you do that again, step down and you're gonna pull up on it. And I can usually grab it and pull out the crabgrass. And that's crabgrass for you. That's what crabgrass looks like. Terrible in your lawn. We're going to do a better one over here. So we're going to come over here and use it on a rough, tough, and maybe challenging one, because I've done that before. And if you don't like using a herbicide, or if you don't like spending money on chemicals and you want to do it chemical free, this is the best way of doing it, I believe. But you're going to come in, press down, kind of moving around a little bit, pull on it. I don't know why it's not working for me today. But usually you can pull on this, and usually what you would do is the weeds here, on here, and you just push it out so it will pull out. But as every other time, it doesn't want to do that. But yeah, so usually ripping out like that is not a good idea. But it might take a few times to get it going, because you gotta find the root of the plant, and sometimes you can really grab onto the root and like that. Sometimes you can just do this. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So you got it like this. Perfect example. See how I got it like that? It's grabbed. And all I need to do, come in, is do that. And yes, you gotta use your muscles. Sometimes it's a finicky, fighting little machine. But as you can tell, I got the whole rooting process. So, if you want to get weed-free lawns, I think this little thing here, if you have muscle and you have a little bit of time and patience, I think you can get your job done pretty well. Chemical and anything free, it's just labor intensive. So yeah, go online, look up weed pullers on Amazon. You can probably get them for 30-40 bucks maybe. I don't know how much now, but yeah, that's the weed puller I've been using for a season now. So from Lawn Master and Lawn Master's Paradise, that'll be it. See you in the next one. Welcome back here at Lawn Master's Paradise, here with Lawn Master. Today we are reviewing Maya Blackjack Bermuda grass. So I bought this sometime this year. I think it was in like February or March. I bought this seed for my neighbor because he wanted some, Bermuda. So I went online to Outside Pride and bought some Maya Blackjack Bermuda grass. Honestly, for the price for 10 pounds of this stuff was only 90-something bucks to my door. Is one of the probably cheapest quality of grass types of Bermuda you can get. I'm not saying all the other types are bad or anything. I'm just saying that for this price, for 10 pounds or 90 something bucks, was pretty dang good. I don't know how much it is now, but this, as we look at the seed, we always want the smaller the seed, the finer the blade and stuff like that. So we got that orange coating on there, and that's how fine it is. And the reason why I'm promoting Bermuda so much is because in the summertime, people always want a cool season lawn, or they want, you know, some kind of bluegrass. They want fescue. They want something that's a cool season lawn. That's what most Northern California people have in their lawn. And I've walked around my neighborhood enough to see that a lot of people just have common, normal Bermuda grass in their lawn, which they don't know about. And I try to help them out enough to have a nice green lush lawn like you see mine here. This is hybrid Bermuda. Now, the reason why I like hybrid Bermuda, it was 109 or 110 degrees. I was on Instagram when I cut this tree down, and it was this big around here. I ripped it all out, had it stacked up about 3.5, 4 feet tall, and I watered it once or twice in the morning, and I worked on this all day for about 10 hours, and I got down to the point where I ripped everything out, got it all down to bare dirt, and this was scalding hot. It was 110 degrees. Standing here, only got watered once or twice in the morning, that was it. Until the next morning. Then I would do that 3 or 4 times in the morning, and then leave it for the whole entire time in the sun. And I grabbed it, I finished this whole area, finished digging it out, and it was time for me to put it all back in, so I just took the Bermuda back in, threw it back in, patched it up, watered it, didn't even topsoil it or anything, and now look at it. This is the same grass that I ripped out when I did the tree. It's still lush, green, healthy as can be, but even though I did come back and did a video of topsoiling and did the topsoiling of this whole area, and it still has, you know, I still got dirt, and so I'm going to come in the winter, probably November, and cover this up and re-flatten it. But as my neighbor's lawn, we did my neighbor's lawn here, and this is all blackjack. A little bit is different types. Like right here is a little bit of different types of Bermuda. This is the hybrid. But all of this right in here that you see that's growing is all blackjack. Completely all from that one bag. So yeah, he has some cool season grass. I mean, it's, you know, in the shade. And that blackjack actually is more shade tolerant than my grass would be. As you can tell, this blackjack's more shade tolerant simply for the fact that right here, you can tell that it's really bare and not really filled in. Especially this area, it was filled in at one point, but because of this tree, I had a ton of shade and nothing really wanted to grow. It just kind of fizzled out and said, I ain't growing. So I had to come in and cut some limbs and bring in more sunlight. And now it is produced and regrown here. But I went in and put a half a bag of blackjack Bermuda out. And this is mostly, it can handle shade. It can handle your shade, as you can tell. But look how thick, lush, and green this Bermuda is. And this is still season 1. We're still working on the first season. I put this in probably May or June, probably in March, I can't remember. But this is filled in so terrifically. And honestly, if you have a cool season lawn in full sun, it would burn out completely. But as you can tell, yeah, and what I've learned is leave some of the weeds and leave the crabgrass. Yeah, the crabgrass will take over, but honestly, I've done so much work on this yard right here that actually the sunlight and some of the day comes in and actually promotes still growth. So Is this blackjack good? Yeah. Honestly, because it's shade tolerant, and in the most shaded area, as we go right here, the most shaded area right now, we're in complete shade. Look how green and lush this is. There's a mix of a little bluegrass in here, but that's just lush. Look at that. I mean, there's no other Bermuda you can get in your lawn that is this green and this healthy with shade. So, I would think if I was a homeowner and wanted to change out my grass, I would go with Bermuda because, one, I had to come in with seed, and sometimes people watch some of the videos and say, oh, don't overseed because you'll get different varieties. Well, my lawn has different varieties. Mine has common, hybrid, a little bit of other different types of grass. But anyways, the reason I say you don't want to buy seed is because every year you have a cool season lawn. Take this bluegrass right here, for instance. Well, every year, you know, even though this probably hasn't stolen, it will take a very long time, but I still have to come in this time of the year and seed the lawn in cool season and spend $45, maybe $70 for 50 pounds of seed and put it out and topsoil it and do all this labor intensive work, versus throw out some Bermuda grass in March, April, May, June, and allow the rhizomes and stolons take over. I've only used a half a bag, almost the rest of that bag, but he still has some left. And look, the seed that I put out for this season is almost filled in his whole entire lawn. So, that's why I say you don't need to actually do a cool season lawn anymore. Just allow Bermuda to take over your lawn, and you'll have a green lush lawn all summer as long as you water it and feed it and you take care of it and you mow it right. You'll have a green lush lawn just like mine, just like right now. It's green lush. I haven't watered this in a few days, probably a week or two, and it's green. It can handle 90, 110 degrees, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you don't need to buy seed. Once you put that seed out and you grow it for one season, you don't ever have to buy seed again. For a cool season, rye, bluegrass, Kentucky blue, a fescue, you're always having to reseed and overseed and do all this intense labor work with spending money on seed every year. I just buy out one bag of seed, throw it out for a season, let it grow, and there you go. There's your grass. And then when the winter hits, this will all go dormant, which is fine. I mean, it'll go dormant. It'll go brown. But the thing is, I come in with a barricade, the Anderson's barricade pre-emergent, put it out in about December, January, and he'll be weed free. Or I can come in and pull his weeds, which I did over here at one point. This whole area was infested with the same kind of crabgrass that was over there. This whole area here was infested with crabgrass. I came through with a weed puller and plucked all the crabgrass out. He even has crabgrass right here. Right here. Some more crabgrass. All I have to do is grab the weed puller, pluck that, and he's done. No more weeds. Once I get the barricade on here and it's weed free, he'll have a terrific 2025 season. But yeah, so if you want good Bermuda, I'm telling you, good Bermuda is good Bermuda. There's blackjack, which I'm using. There's it's blackjack Maya, which I don't know why they changed the name on it. But they got blackjack, they got Arden 15, they got different names, all kind of stuff. If you go to howtoadoct.com on his channel on different types of seeds, he'll tell you what different types of seeds, or you go online and look up the different types of seeds of Bermuda. But yeah, I mean, other than that, this is the best type of green you can ever have. I'll be doing a review on some types of fertilizer on a 14-6-8, which comes out to a 4:1:2 ratio. So we'll be reviewing that a little bit. And I think that's about it. So we've covered Bermuda, we covered the density, we covered the seed, we covered how green it was, and I think that's about it. So from Lawn Master's Paradise, we'll see you in the next one. Lawn Master here at Lawn Master's Paradise. I am Lawn Master. Here we're reviewing all our trimmers, clippers, anything that has to do with trees, and some shears of trimming bushes. So we are going to be reviewing how to use these curved, has a certain curve to them, and which way do you cut the branch. So how we're going to do this is, if you look at how it's curved, are you going to take it, and if you get close up here, and go on the other side of this, so would you cut it this way, or do you use them this way? So if we cut it like so, you will see that it's perfectly flat and level. And if we do it the opposite way, it has right here a slice of an angle. So it's not perfectly level like this one. So put these two together, and I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit different. This one's more flush. So if you've never used one of these, you always want to cut this way. You don't want to cut this way. And we'll be going over to the Segos and doing that. So how you get a really good uniform looking, nice looking palm here is that you don't want to cut the way I was just saying. So we'll be cutting this little piece here. So we'll be coming in and snipping it. So that's a lot leveler than using it the other way. Now we're going to use it the other way and see how it comes out. Honestly, that's not flush. So honestly, when you come in and start trimming, you always want to do a nice hurricane looking piece so that it has a leaf here, space, leaf, space, leaf. And you can also keep them like this too, with 4 leaves. That's leaf, 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 leaf. But you do want to have space between them. So when you do cut these, you want to come in and you want to make sure you're cutting this way. So you come in and you snip it, snip, snip, all the way around. And sometimes you can technically cheat a certain way by flipping them. If you're in a hard, tough spot where you can't really get the angle of this way, but you get more of an angle this way, it's okay. As long as you're doing the underneath part and you're not doing this part. Once you get to this part, you're gonna have to flip around your trimmers, clippers, and clip them that way. So we'll just flip them around. Say I'm getting it's really tough. I come in, I snip it, snip, snip. And honestly, coming in this way is a whole lot easier because you're going to be coming in at this angle and you're going to have this piece right here, so you don't end up coming through on this and coming through and cutting another leaf. Say you don't want to cut this leaf, I just want to cut this one. Well, I'm going to come in, flip the clipper around, clip, 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 and I'm just going to follow that pattern all the way around my whole entire palm. And sometimes you can even do the same, cutting 2 at once. as long as if you're going for the hurricane look, like I've done here, you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way, like this, coming in, trimming them. Okay, we got all that done. As you can tell here, get these plants out of the way, is that we have a nice uniform kind of palm. And when you start to get to this point, you want to start picking out certain leaves that you want to get this shape. Okay, you certainly want to get this hurricane 3 or even 4, but you want to have the spacing between that. So what you do, you just say, I want to keep, this is how I do it. I come through and I just take out this. So I even come through, I even start doing the uniform, and I take these two out. So I'm going to take out all these, or even leave, yeah, I'm going to cut, yes, I'm going to take these out. I'm going to get that uniform like this. So the ones I just bent, I'm going to hold on to. I'm going to come in sideways. I'm going to cut, and cut. I'm going to come through, trim it, and see, now I have 4 nice leaves on this plant. And even if this looks a little weird, which is nice, I can come through and cut this off if I wanted to, but I'm not. So, going back to our table here for our trimmers, going to our hedge trimmers, we're going to take use of this same way as using our clippers. We're going to come through and we're going to make this kind of square. As like this bush over here, we have it squared off. It's really nice and square, so we want to shape it. So how we do that, as you see how the bush is all bushy, we come in and we just clip it. Okay, then what you want to do, come in this way, and you want to do a box form of cutting. So you want to box cut everything that doesn't belong in your shrub. Okay? And you want to keep that shape going around, all the way around. And you can also use an electric hedge trimmer to come through and cut and do a nice uniform cut on your bushes. Other than that, we'll be working at our these little ones. So say I don't want to reach all the way up there with a ladder. Well, I'm going to come in here with these and see, I just want to cut this. I want to get up to my arm length, which is right about here. So that's my arm length. I can reach that. I come in and cut. And cut. Okay. These are really good for trimming little areas that you don't have to use big loppers to cut bigger branches for. And they're just small little branches here, as we can sometimes just yank these off. But as you can tell, I did all that with only the height that I'm at, because I'm only 5'9". So with each one of these is a difference. So I can use these to trim that. I can go back and say I have a whole bunch of that. I can put all that in my green waste and come in and do another cut and using these, or I can use these to do more pruning and use these for finer tuning for cutting, you know, smaller pieces. And then I take these, because I'm short, and I can come up and cut bigger branches. So now I have more reach because I'm maxed out with these. So if you didn't know how to use your pruners, hedge trimmers, and tree loppers, however you want to refer to them, that's the way of doing it. And those are the several different ways you can use your tools for your yard. Alright, from Lawn Master and Lawn Master's Paradise, we'll see you on the next one.